An international fleet of 155 yachts are contesting the 2023 edition of the Rolex Gyralia, a renowned and historic contest first held in 1953. Following the start from Saint-Tropez, France, ahead of the fleet is a shortened version of the traditional course, measuring approximately 215 nautical miles, 398 kilometres, to Genoa, Italy, via La Gyralia, a rocky islet off northern Corsica.
70 years of heritage, close competition and camaraderie, an historic Mediterranean event with a unique appeal. The Rolex Gyralia. As a prelude to the famous offshore race, 3 days of inshore racing in Saint-Tropez allowed the crews to test their mettle, refine teamwork, and rekindle friendships. And then to the Rolex Gyralia offshore race start, offering the spectacle of 155 international yachts, professional and Corinthian, embarking on this renowned race from France to Italy. The 2023 edition marks the 70th anniversary of the very first race.
Everyone wants to come, especially for this one. There's no doubt about that. It's a real pleasure to be here in Saint-Tropez.
We love the race, we love the atmosphere. For us it has been a great history and we came because we really wanted to be here this time.
It's always fantastic, but this year is special because it's the 70th anniversary.
As the fleet attacked the opening stages of the race, leading the way the Maxes, Magic Carpet Cubed and Blackjack 100, both amongst those vying to be the first to cross the finish line in Genoa. Line honours is a goal for a few yachts, the prize for winning the overall race on corrected time, the dream of all those taking part. En route, the fleet encounter an icon of offshore sailing, the majestic Gyralia Rock. Join us again as the 2023 race unfolds.
This is the weekly Global Sailing Highlights show, The World on Water, June 16, 2023. The Hague served up some of the best racing conditions the IMOCA fleet has seen in this edition of the ocean race last Tuesday. Bright sunshine and strong winds approaching 20 knots made for fast and furious foiling for the in-port race. Benjamin Dutreux's Guide Environment Team Europe hit the starting line at top speed on the foils, and he was able to sail directly over the top of Team Holcim-PRB and poke in front of 11th Hour Racing Team for good measure.
Racing so much on the line with this team today. Can they do it? Let's hear it for them and make some noise for Team Holcim-PRB!
It's not just the temperatures that are hotting up in the UK right now. The foiling Moths in Weymouth have once again taken it to the next level ahead of the 2023 World Championship. Leading the charge is a young group of Kiwis from Manly Sailing Club, who have been pushing each other day after day just a few kilometres north of Auckland, New Zealand. Pye and Mathias Coutts won 4 of the 8 races held today, in their respective groups, and it's Jacob who leads the UK Open overnight.
We're here at the Wetsuit Outlet and Zyke UK Moth Open. This is the last chance for sailors to get their head in onto Portland Harbour and find out the best, what the wind is like, what their competition is like. We've got 2 flights going today, up to 140 boats. This is going to be a stunning day on the water and up to 20 knots of breeze.
Good fun. Definitely struggled hiking for that long. It's my first Worlds, and yeah, just enjoying it.
Yeah, racing's real good quality. The whole fleet's pretty on it, so you know, a lot of good battles, and yeah, had a great time.
Yeah, this was my first major Moths regatta ever, and I thought it was an awesome day. A couple really good starts, some not so great, but kept in the races and had some good finishes, so I was really pleased with the day. It's been pretty awesome here and love the conditions.
Really cool lining up against everyone and pleasantly surprised with some of the results. Less pleasantly surprised with some of the other results, but overall a fairly good day and excited for more tomorrow. I'd say there's a fairly big spread. You've got the guys up front, a lot of them in pretty nice boats, all going very quickly, that, you know, I can't even touch. But then there's a pretty solid squad in the middle that are all competitive, big range of boats, whether it's Exocets, Beakers, Aerosets. Like, there's a really nice mix showing that you don't necessarily need the world's most expensive kit in order to actually do well. So it's quite cool lining up and seeing the different styles.
Swiss Sailing's flagship regatta took place this weekend from the Société Nautique de Genève. It was won by Christian Wall and his crew, including the sailing squad, aboard W Team. Here are the highlights of the race. Winner of the Bol d'Or Miraboud, Christian Wall has definitively conquered the Bol d'Or Challenge, awarded to the skipper, who wins 3 editions of the race in 5 years. Wall is the 4th owner to win this prestigious challenge over the history of the race. Here we join the regatta with Jan and Donna with their crew on Spindrift.
J'espère avoir un petit peu de brise thermique pendant la journée, mais ça risque d'être un bol d'or assez long. On se réjouit de participer, je crois que toute l'équipe, c'est la course pour moi la plus belle et la plus importante du circuit aussi, parce que il se passe plein de choses pendant cette course. Il y a plus de 400 bateaux sur la ligne de départ, donc c'est toujours un grand moment et il y a des professionnels, des amateurs, donc c'est une belle fête de la voile.
Pour nous aujourd'hui, on n'a pas seulement une équipe, donc Spindrift, qui va porter les couleurs de Sails of Change sur cette régate mythique et magnifique, mais on a aussi une table ronde à la nautique sur le Sports for Nature Framework, avec notre partenaire IUCN pour parler comment le sport peut contribuer à la conservation de la nature. Et on a notre programme éducatif avec Spindrift for Schools qui va rencontrer l'école de voile de Coppet pour aussi parler de la biodiversité, du sport, de la nature, de ce lac magnifique.
ça allait être long, mais on ne sait pas que ce serait aussi long. Ouais. Pas loin de 20 heures de course, un bol d'or difficile, avec vraiment pas de vent du début jusqu'à la fin. On a couru un petit peu après nos adversaires. Alors, on finit 3e ETF. C'est difficile pour les nerfs, il fallait vraiment rester concentré. En tout cas, c'était encore une fois un beau bol d'or avec plein de rebondissements.
The 54th CISM World Military Sailing Championship took place in Faliro Bay of Piraeus, with the participation of 9 countries: Brazil, Canada, Denmark, Spain, France, Italy, Poland, Ukraine, and Greece. The end of the games found the Brazilian team winner at first place, Greece at second place, and Italy at third.
Welcome to the 54th World Military Sailing Championship of the International Military Sport Council. As an official CISM representative and CISM Secretary General, I would like to thank the Greek Armed Forces and for his outstanding contribution in organizing this championship.
The conditions today were a little bit tricky. For our team, we had a very good first race, but the second one we were a little bit fast.
The team was very nice team working, and we just had some difficulty in the starts, but managed then to do great upwinds.
We are Sailing Only Media. Please subscribe, share, like, and check the alerts bell. 2 days in, and no races sailed. Once again, the wind failed to rise above 6 knots for any significant period of time. This isn't what the 140 sailors from 24 countries came to Weymouth for. Frustration inevitably surfaces, and there was much talk this morning between the sailors about relaxing the pumping rule to allow racing to take place in lighter winds.
We're here on day 2 of the Wetsuit Outlet and Zyke UK Moth Open 2023. This is the deciding day, and on the first day we saw the Kiwis and Australian sailors really come to the fore, especially a young group of sailors from Manly Sailing Club who were absolutely brilliant on the water, getting a few first places and a couple of black flags, so they just need to put the consistency together, and we could see them really wrap up this event ahead of the World Championships. We've got about 15 knots out on the water coming from the east. It should supply fantastic racing.
Tough day. It's never fun sailing a foiling moth when you're not foiling. So we kind of went in okay breeze and kind of faded throughout the day. So a few low riding moments, and I think we got 2 races, but the other fleet only got 1 race. So our second one won't count. And kind of longish day, I guess, for not much racing. Yeah, super high level. Like, I think this is my third Moth Worlds and probably the highest level I've seen. I think it's going to be more high scoring than probably seen in the past, the Moth Worlds, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Today was quite a tricky one. I had a breakage just before the start of the first one, so it meant I just got it fixed about a couple of minutes after the start, and then sort of playing catch up for the rest of the race.
And in first place, Jacob Pye, New Zealand.
It was a bit of a tester, really. I haven't sailed against a huge range of people before. I mean, this is my second international event and my first Moth Worlds, so I really got a good idea of the level of the fleet and the experience that I need, and really good to put myself in some tough situations and, you know, see how I can perform under pressure as well.
Team Malizia has finished leg 6 of the Ocean Race this Sunday, the 11th of June, in third position after an incredibly tight and emotional finish. Just after the finish line, King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands stepped onto Malizia Sea Explorer to welcome the Team Malizia crew and local hero Rosalind Kuiper. Skipper Boris Herman, co-skippers Will Harris, Rosalind Kuiper, Axel Pillane, and onboard reporter Antoine Auriol sailed 903.42 nautical miles in 2 days, 18 hours, 25 minutes, and 35 seconds from Aarhus, Denmark, to The Hague, Netherlands, with a flyby in Kiel.
Come on, good fight though. We were last yesterday, so...
Yeah, true.
Axel, well done. Third place in your first moment.
Well done. Good work, Chica.
Oh, good work.
The king and the queen are getting transferred now. Dank jullie wel zo much.
Gefeliciteerd. Fantastisch mooi.
Dank jullie wel, kom binnen.
Enjoy the trip. Hallo. Hallo. Nice to meet you.
Ja.
See them finish so close, it's pretty cool. Maybe it's only third, but for us it means a lot.
The second day of the 54th CISM World Military Sailing Championship continued with 10 sailing races. Team Brazil, maintaining the same explosive pace of the first day, continued in the same pattern.
I am really happy to be here for the 54th championship, World Championship. Have the qualification with fleet racing, and then in the final we will have the match race.
out on the water for a race or two. They got a big shift right at the end, but we squeezed one last race off. Our team was really building on a little bit of success that we had at the end of the day yesterday, and I feel like we've slowly put more things together.
So for us, it's an opportunity to be together and learn from the other sailors.
A new star rose in the women's fleet on day 2 of the Wingfoil Racing World Cup Silverplana. This is Fiona Wild's first World Cup event in IWSA wingfoil racing. With winds blowing around 12 to 20 knots across Lake Silverplana, Wild was as surprised as anyone to discover she is proving seriously competitive. Out of a total 8 races, the 26-year-old from Hood River, Oregon, took 3 wins, 4 seconds and a 4th. There are 2 clear leaders on either side of the men's qualifying draw. Current event leader Alessandro Tomasi has been the dominant performer in Yellow Fleet, winning 7 of the 8 heats.
Day 2 of the Wingfoil Racing World Cup Silverplana, and it's clear we've got a new star in the women's fleet. This is Fiona Wild's first ever World Cup event in wingfoiling, so the American rider flew across the Atlantic to the Swiss Alps with few expectations. With winds blowing around 12 to 16 knots across Lake Silverplana, Wild was as surprised as anyone to discover she's seriously competitive. The 26-year-old from Hood River, Oregon is winning races against a strong international fleet that includes the reigning world champion Paula Novotná. Meanwhile, there are 2 clear leaders on either side of the men's qualifying draw. Current event leader Alessandro Tomasi has been the dominant performer in Yellow Fleet. Reigning world champion Mathis GUYOT said his head wasn't in the right place on day 1 with the long distance racing. But the French rider was fully back today, fully focused, as he establishes a healthy lead in Blue Fleet. Thursday sees the continuation of women's fleet racing and the start of Gold Fleet finals for the men.
In 1923, Alfred Douglas Howner Meek founded Castle Cove Sailing Club in Portland Harbour. Now 100 years on, the Castle Cove Sailing Club he founded celebrates. What an amazing centenary weekend they enjoyed with such a range of activities and an incredible buzz that surrounded the club. Local dignitaries were welcomed, cadets undertook a range of fun-fueled activities, match racing was attempted, then postponed due to lack of wind. Yachts and dinghies plied the harbour in search of treasure.
Beautiful weekend, really, John, and the sun came out to shine on the righteous at the end of a weekend.
Just in time for the photo?
In time for the interview, in fact. So no, we've had a great weekend. We started off with a little more formal drinks on Friday night, followed by yesterday we had the cadets having a party down here, making so much noise that you could hear them from the other end of the harbour. Well, we tried to do some match racing. Unfortunately, the wind gods were not playing the game, so that didn't completely happen, but we'll now do that another time. And then we had a series of treasure hunts to involve all the sailors in the club. So the Sail for All, which is our learning sailors who enjoy getting out on the water, not necessarily racing, they had a treasure hunt.
So is that Saturday afternoon?
That was Saturday afternoon, and then they do that every Saturday afternoon, so they went out and did a treasure hunt. We had all our cruisers during the day going out and doing a treasure hunt. I'm not quite sure what they did, but I know there was a winner. So that was yesterday, and then yesterday evening we had a great party, a bit of a ceilidh. The ceilidh band actually wouldn't stop in reality. Supposed to finish at 10, didn't finish till 11:30 because they were having such fun and the members were enjoying themselves so much. And then today we've had 3 pursuit races which all finished at 12 o'clock, and so quite a lot of race management going on there, John. So we could then get the sail pass in, and the sail pass started at 1 o'clock. We had dinghies, we had cruisers, we had a piper, we got piper, we had 2 aeroplanes come did a fly past, drone footage, we had a tug, which actually then got the whole water spout thing going and did a pirouette on the spot both ways, which was quite impressive. And then we have a harbour master come and say hello as well. And then to top it all, we had a couple of dolphins come and sail past, well, swim past at the end.
I'm about to say, if the dolphins are sailing, that's really impressive. But it's a fantastic weekend. I'm still recovering from the barn dance, or whatever you call it myself. No alcohol-induced injuries?
I think it's called a Cayley, John.
Cayley? When I was at university, I'm going off topic, I was actually in Cayley Hall, and we used to do that quite a lot. Just last thing, obviously this is a very special day, but for people thinking about joining the club.
We're a very fortunate club to have 300 metres of the south coast where we have a great dinghy park, we've got 100 moorings, we're a very friendly club and we encourage lots of different people to come and enjoy being on the water, and everyone's welcome.
Brilliant. Well, I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for your time, and there's still a few, it's cream tea time, I think.
I believe that, so I think I've got to go and write a speech, to be fair.
Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you.
If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe.